Hi, this is Tom, and wanted to shoot a video here of my truck. I've shot several videos of it. I haven't put any on YouTube as of this date. I don't know, I'm just not happy with the way my videos come out. Maybe I'm, maybe I'll put some of them on, I don't know. Anyway, here's our truck now. We are just about finished wet sanding it, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's looking pretty straight. As you can see, sort of has a satiny look to it. Of course, it's still got a lot of the muddy primer on it. We need to get it washed off. But it's starting to look pretty good. Starting to come out nice. I don't know if you can tell or not. Let's see, we get some light maybe down here on the rear end of it. It's pretty straight. And hopefully we're going to paint it this weekend. This is Friday night. I've been working on this jam area here, sanding it down, wet sanding it. See where I burned through some of my primer there. That'll be okay. I'm gonna seal the truck with sealer before we paint it, so it shouldn't be a factor. It's nice and smooth in there. Once we get it cleaned up here, we'll be ready to paint. Again, it's Friday night. It is about 7:30. Did a lot of body work on this truck to get it to where it's at. When I bought the truck, I thought I'd be able to buy sheet metal for the rear of it, but I could not. I couldn't find any anywhere, as a matter of fact. So everything I did to the rear end of it here, I had to make myself, or I bought junk parts for, like this area here, this area right here, from about, I don't know if you can see my hand here, from about here all the way up and down right through here. Yeah, I went right through the body line right there. I went right through that body line here and all the way to the bottom. I replaced all that. I got a piece from the junkyard, and it was bent up pretty bad in itself, and I straightened it up and we made it work, and it's come out really well, I think. Looks pretty good. It's nice and straight. There you can see the satiny finish after we've wet sanded it. I wet sanded it with 600 grit. Got a little bit of wet sanding left to do around the back window here. You still see my guide coat. Yes, I used a guide coat when I wet sanded. Because if you're half blind like I am, You need all the help you can get. This side over here, I replaced a piece down low here that was completely rusted out. I replaced this. I made the piece myself. It actually went up into the flare here. Come out nice. I was happy with that. And here, this area between in front of the fender here, all the way up almost to the front of the bed, this was caved completely in. Even that body line right here, it was caved in, you know, smashed. This was all smashed. And we pulled that all out and hammered and dollied on it, and there's not very much Bondo in this truck. I tried to do it the right way. Pete down at Southwest Rod and Customs down in Dallas, Texas. I've watched, I believe, every video that guy's ever made. I've asked him a lot of questions. He's given me a lot of advice. And yeah, Pete, thank you very much. Without your help, my friend, this truck would not be what it is today for sure. And actually, I just can't believe how nice and straight it has come out. That's a new fender up here on the front. I replaced that fender right there, so that wasn't a big issue. I believe every panel on this truck was beat up. And had to have something done to it. I replaced the door skin on the passenger door. It came out nice. And we're going to paint the doors and all the other parts and pieces that you don't see on the truck, tailgate and all that. We're going to paint all that stuff separate. So we're going to get it painted. It is going to be black. So it was very important to get this baby straight, as straight as possible. Had a lot of hail damage on the hood, on the top. We fixed all that, and it come out really nice, which it's hard to see right now. I'll take another video of it after we get it cleaned up right before we paint it, and you'll be able to see it a lot better. Again, I want to thank Pete, because without his videos and his advice, this truck never would be what it is now. There's no way. In fact, when I found out that I couldn't buy the sheet metal for the rear end of it because it was so badly damaged and rusted on both sides, I almost just sold it and just move on to the next project, because, you know, if I couldn't replace the parts, then, you know, I was in over my head. And I was in over my head with it. There's no doubt about it. But then I got to thinking, you know, and I had confidence enough in myself. I thought, well, I'm gonna fix it. So I fixed it. I'm proud of it. It's hard to see anything because it doesn't have any color on it. yet, but we'll take some videos when we get it. You know, I'll take a video on it every time I do something to it here, and you'll see how it moves along. But yeah, I'm glad I stayed with it. I'll never get my money out of it. We'll probably sell this truck. You know, I'll probably get my money in parts and whatnot out of it, but basically doing the body work and the hundreds of hours I have in it, maybe I got 1,000 hours in it, I have no idea. I spent 3 weeks on that bedside right there, straightening it up and fixing it. So, of course, I'm not a professional, but you know, I just kept working on it and working on it and working on it until I got it right. I ended up priming this truck two times and block sanding it 2 times all over before I primed it for the 3rd time to wet sand it. Now on the hood, we had issues on the hood here in this area here. We had some issues, and again we had issues on the top, and those got block sanded and primed 4 times. I did what Pete said. I took my time with it. I primed it as many times as it needed to be primed until I got it right. It's important to take your time on something like this. So, even though I'm not going to get paid for my time on it, I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to prove to myself I could do it, and I did. Just like where that fender flares out right down here in front of that wheel, that you would not be able to see that. It was pushed completely in right there. There was no frame damage. That's actually a really soft area right there, and it was just pushed completely in. So I fixed it. So thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete, and happy belated birthday to you, Pete. This is December the 3rd. I believe Pete's birthday is December the 1st. At least that's the rumor. So, let me finish sanding the jams. I haven't... Oh, one other place too I wanted to show everybody. Get down here, get it to focus up here. My light is killing me, I think. Right down here on this cab corner, this was all rotted out right here. My camera to focus up here a little bit. It was all rotted out, and I don't know if you can, damn it, light. Here we go. Alright. This cab corner was rotted out, and I cut all that out and fixed it. Made that piece myself out of some scrap I had laying around. You can see I had a lot of scrap on this Toyota. There's a pile of scrap right there, but I cut that all out. And Pete, you can see I used seam sealer in here. It looks very factory right there. So Toyota's looking good.